What is the importance of the force of Saturn on what we call Christmas, past Saturnalia, the event celebrated during Roman times at Christmas, to the deep roots of Saturn worship at this time of the year? There are already numerous videos on Saturnalia that are very good, but hopefully this video will provide more of an esoteric link to the deep roots on this holiday. So, hi everyone, how are you guys? Oh nice. Well, anyway, I was watching a video by Religion for Breakfast on Saturnalia, the festival held during Roman times that honoured the god Saturn with the chaotic role reversal of slaves and masters and general shithousery, including drunken orgies. So watch his video for more on the historic side of that very interesting subject. But Saturnalia was essentially held between the 17th and the 24th of December, with a final day of gift giving on the 25th, celebrating the birthday of the sun god Mithras. Lots of Saturnalia has been incorporated into Christmas, like the gift giving that we do and wearing a silly hat, which is the Phrygian hat, which actually deserves a video all to itself, though the drunken orgies actually didn't remain that mainstream. But in all of this, historians seem to be a bit confused as to where the date of the 25th came from. Current theories aren't too convincing, though there is one that I quite like. Depending on what you may believe, it might come as a shock to find out that the Bible isn't actually historically accurate, or religion as a whole for that matter. They're actually instead metaphorical and symbolic and draw on the nature of phenomena, especially the astrological. Jesus symbolises the sun, Sol Invictus, whose accepted day of celebration in Roman times was the 25th. But why? Well, on the 21st of December is the winter solstice, right? A day where the sun rises and sets the further south, creating the shortest day for the northern hemisphere anyway. We know this. People of antiquity would see this as the sun's death, as you can imagine, where the sun has the least power during the day. Following this, for 3 days, the sun actually rises and falls in the exact same position until the 4th day, in which the sun begins its apparent route back northwards, increasingly creating longer and longer days, and this is viewed as the sun's rebirth, which takes place 4 days after the winter solstice, so on the 25th of December. So the 25th does have some importance astrologically, as we can see. It's the first day which the sun's daily route across the sky is swapped to become longer. This also symbolising the rebirth of the sun, hence Jesus or Mithras or Sol Invictus' birthday being given to this date. Interestingly, the astrological timings may also remind you of Jesus' death and rebirth in the Bible, with his death followed by 3 days in a tomb before his spiritual rebirth on the 4th day. So, I'm meant to be talking about Saturn, right? Seems like I'm going on a bit of a tangent. Well, recent historical findings show that the Sun and Saturn were seen in antiquity to be two sides of the same coin and intimately linked. Basically, it was believed that as the Sun illuminated the light of day, there had to be an equal corresponding power for the night to illuminate the heavens, and this ability was put on Saturn, regarding it as the son of the night or the black sun. You'd think it'd be maybe the moon, but because the moon's a regular disappearance to the southern hemisphere and Saturn's slow moving and stable position in the night sky, it was chosen. For a little bit more on this subject, I would recommend this video by Robert Seffer here. Some of his videos I probably wouldn't recommend that much, but I'd say this video is quite nice and shows some good evidence. Anyway, the festivals of Saturnalia and Chronia, the Grecian counterpart, would have likely been aimed to initiate the rebirth of the sun. So therefore, why were chaotic Saturnian forces channeled at this time? Well, I'd like to throw out my thoughts in light of this interesting new view of Saturn and the sun's dual nature. Is it plausible to say that Saturn would be praised and channeled on the winter solstice, when the white sun is at its lowest energy and the black sun, Saturn, is at its highest, and therefore on the summer solstice the sun will be celebrated, which is obviously done, though the summer solstice hasn't actually kept a mainstream holiday attached for some reason. Also, if Saturn is like the yin to the sun's yang, it would make sense that in this extreme yin, Saturn, there would be the seed of Yang, the sun, marking the progressive downfall of the black sun and the gaining of power of the actual sun. So, like, this ritual was so important in antiquity, so a week where absolute chaos was ensued pertaining to Saturn, this will be seen as being super important in the reinstatement of the weak sun, the white sun. So, e.g., if the festivities weren't channeling the chaos of Saturn enough, it could be possible that the seed of the white sun, the warm sun that we know, may not be planted and winter may continue. That's just a thought though, but I think that definitely resonates with what would have been thought in the dualistic universe that they used to live in, and they could see around them in nature. So, in summary, the 25th of December is an important day, and it's not just randomly plucked out of the heads of the people of antiquity. Astrologically, to the ancients anyway, it was quite important, contrary to what historians may suggest now. The Sun and Saturn were seen in antiquity as one of the same, but different aspects, two sides of the same coin, one ruling over day and the other one night. I propose that this could be reflected on the winter solstice, where Saturn is celebrated, and the summer solstice, where the Sun is celebrated, though this cannot be proven too easily, but I think it seems highly plausible. And as a consequence, lots of the festivities held during Saturnalia have been taken up by Christmas. And finally, I'd just like to recommend a book if you're interested in Saturn esoterically. It's called Cult of the Black Cube. It's possibly a free PDF on Google, possibly. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, see ya.